Welcome to the REWIRE module of Becoming Finally Full. My name's Rebecca Ether, and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and the creator of this transformational course. In this session, we'll be delving into the powerful process of changing your habits and actually rewiring your mind for lasting change. The Rewire section is all about understanding the internal dynamics that actually drive our habits and empower ourselves to make positive shifts. It's time to recognize that you are worthy of change. And with the right tools and the right mindset, you really can break free from unhealthy habits. When it comes to unhealthy habits, there's often really deep-rooted beliefs, triggers, and rewards associated with them. And it's essential to examine these internal workings and get a deeper understanding of why we actually engage in these behaviors. Changing habits can be challenging. I know this. And it's due to lots of factors. There might be emotional triggers, self-sabotage, environmental pressures, and the need for stress relief. And many of our unhelpful habits are really developed as a coping mechanism. They've developed as ways to manage stress or provide a sense of security or alleviate overwhelming emotions. So alongside this video, we've got the Rewire section of your workbook here, and there's lots of information here for you to work through. It'll guide you through self-reflection exercises and really help you identify the habits that you want to change. It'll help you understanding the driving forces, and most importantly, it'll help you take action to create these new thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, things that support your emotional and your physical health. Throughout this module, I'll be there helping you explore some techniques. There'll be guided hypnosis sessions and really informative journal sections too. And it's these kind of tools that will really help you. They'll help you rewire your mind. They'll help you establish healthier and ingrained habits, habits that align with the person that you are becoming now. So I want to talk for a moment about some of the more common unhealthy habits that you might be wanting to shift, and run through some examples that might be helpful for you here. Because we all have these kinds of habits that have conscious and unconscious rewards, and they all have triggers. So let's use mindless snacking as one of them. And I can talk about this intimately because I've absolutely been there. And it's an example of habitual behavior that if you're in this daily routine of eating snacks without consciously thinking about it, then it's really possible you're consuming foods that you don't need, especially if the snacks are really high in sugar or salt or unhealthy fats. So what might be the short-term unconscious rewards there for you? Let's start with the rewards in your brain. There's a temporary pleasure or a comfort, and you're actually getting a release of dopamine in the brain. And that's leading to sensations of pleasure and satisfaction. And this can provide a temporary sense of comfort or enjoyment. Or maybe it's about stress relief. It might be a form of stress relief and an actual distraction. And this is activating your brain's reward system and it's reducing feelings of anxiety or tension. Or maybe you're mindlessly snacking to cope with difficult emotions that are going down for you. And eating really palatable, delicious foods, it really activates the brain's pleasure centers. And this can provide a temporary mood boost and a distraction from emotional distress. But it's when this kind of mindless snacking becomes a habit that we really run into trouble. And when it's a habit, it's actually reinforced by the routine and the repetition. The act of snacking itself can provide a sense of familiarity and comfort, and it reinforces the behavior, even if the initial reward is not consciously perceived. So we're here in this section to get a little bit more awareness about what's going on for you there. And as we do this, we can also look out for triggers so you can make some better decisions. So what might be the kinds of triggers you're running up against? There might be environmental cues, things like when you're sitting on your couch and watching TV and there's an ad for food, or the smells of food in your environment, or in a social setting where everybody's there snacking. Maybe it's a source of comfort or distraction during emotional moments when you're not actually aware of where your hunger levels are at. Or maybe you're experiencing triggers from previous diet trauma. If you've been in a place of restricted eating or dieting, this really can trigger mindless snacking. Restrictive eating patterns can lead to increased cravings and just a heightened focus on food. But whatever your rewards or your triggers are, it's okay. It's possible to develop strategies to overcome them. And that might be around finding alternative things to help you, alternative coping mechanisms for the emotional triggers, creating a supportive environment that promotes healthier snacking options. Might be about practicing mindfulness so you can have a little bit more awareness of what's going on with your hunger cues. So as you go through this section, reflecting on your habits and the underlying reasons that drive them, you can know the help is here. Together we'll work through a powerful hypnosis experience, and this will really reprogram your subconscious mind. It'll replace old patterns with new, empowering thoughts and feelings and behaviors. And remember, this process of rewiring your habits, it requires dedication and patience and so much self-compassion. But by committing to this journey and embracing the changes within, you'll create a solid foundation for long-lasting transformation. I'll be here with you every step of the way. I'll be here to provide guidance, support, and expertise to really help you navigate any challenges as they arise. Together, we'll unlock your inner potential and create new pathways for positive change. So, now it's time to dive into the REWIRE module. You can grab your workbook, find a quiet space, and allow yourself to truly immerse in all the exercises and the techniques provided. You can embrace this opportunity to break free from the old habits and embrace new, healthy behaviors. So get ready to rewire your mind and create lasting change on your journey to transforming your habits.